What are you doing? Eating grass? Jake. Let's go this way. Slow down. Excuse me, guys. I've still been fighting a bug. Good morning, everyone. Teacher Thomas, Thailand here. This is Monday morning, May 20. We've already gotten into the 20 now in May. Is it just me, or does it seem like the months are flying by of 2019? I mean, we're going to be into June very shortly. That's halfway through the year. Craziness. Maybe it's just me, but time flies when you're having fun, as they say. And I am definitely having fun with my new life here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Well, I like to do these little morning walks with the dogs because you hear how quiet it is? I mean, you can hear birds in the distance. And a lot of people have the impression that Thailand is very noisy because of all the loud motorbikes with no mufflers and you know, congestion and chaotic traffic. And that is true in certain areas. Not in most areas, guys. There is no problem, and I'm not like out in the sticks as some rural can't speak this morning, rural area. You know, I'm in a city called Nakhon Nayok. It's the capital seat, as we would call it, the county seat of the province of Nakhon Nayok. So, you know, it's not a big city, but it is a city. I mean, we're not out far away from everything, you know. We're not way up in Isan or some remote location out on a farm somewhere. This is a typical village neighborhood of, you know, most small towns in Thailand. And even in the bigger cities, it's not hard to, you know, be on the outskirts away from the main roads and have this level of quiet, peaceful neighborhood life, you know. So there's a lot of Thai vloggers that are always talking about Thailand's so noisy. Well, I mean, sure, if you're in the heart of the matter, right? If you're on the main drag, you're staying at a hotel overlooking the main drag somewhere, then yeah, it's going to be loud, right? But where you choose to live, if you're going to be an expat here, slow down. Where you choose to live is up to you, right? Up to you. Very famous in Thailand. People that can barely say their name in English and understand how old are you, where are you from, right? People that just have basic English. Thai people. Jake, you are jerking me all over. Slow down. Slow down. Last time. I'm walking you. You're not walking me. Right? Okay. So basically, Thai people that have very limited English skill know the 3 words, up to you. It's very popular saying here in Thailand. in English, up to you. And basically what that means is exactly what it says, right? Up to you. But that you know, that is implied to many different things, many decisions that you might make here. For example, what type of village do you want to live in? What neighborhood, you know? When you travel, do you want to stay at a resort or a hotel near a busy road and listen to the noise all night? Or do you want to, you know, do your homework and find these places that are away from the main drag and enjoy the quieter side of Thailand? Now we're coming up on the closest main road to our home, and it's called a bypass. Everybody pretty much knows what a bypass means. It's bypassing the main street of the city of Nakhon Nayok. It's bypassing that, and then it connects back up to Main Street on the north end of town. So we get a lot of big trucks on the bypass. They have to do a lot of road maintenance because of all the big trucks. So if you're out here, even in a small town, in a quiet area like this, but your house is right here on the main drag, well, you too might think Thailand's a very noisy place, right? You might actually think that there's no such thing as quiet Thailand because your house is sitting on a main road, right? So I just want to kind of clear that up. I think it's not difficult for anyone to find a rental house in the same type of area that I'm in over here. Very quiet, guys. Very quiet, very peaceful. We know our neighbors. I mean, it's great. So anyway, there's a lot of things about Thailand that I really love. I've made some videos about my top 3 things, and the number 1 reason I live in Thailand. Stop it. Huh? You're not a wild dog? Slow down. No, they smell everything, right? They get all the scents of all the other dogs, female dogs that are in heat, huh, Jake? But, you know, you got to teach them or they'll just drag you all over. So, where was I? Yeah, there's a lot of things about Thailand that I really love, and it is hard to just kind of give you a top 10 and go through and make an itemized list of, you know, things I love, things I don't like, or something like that, because, you know, it's very complex, and I've lived here for 4 years now, so I've had, you know, a lot of experience in different areas of Thailand. You know, the noisy side, the quiet side, but to me it always comes back to the people, right? If you're going to live in a foreign country, you're going to select that country based on the reputation of the people, you know, the overall general maybe you can't apply it to all people, right? There's bad people everywhere, but the main overall general idea of how are Thai people going to treat you as an expat, right? Are the people welcoming? Are they going to be welcoming to Westerners who choose to live here? Of course they're welcoming to tourists. That's not a problem. I mean, you can have tour guides, you can go to the islands, you can do so many things in Thailand as a tourist, right? And you'll love it. Thai people are very accommodating, very welcoming. They understand that tourism is a large part of the economy here, about 9%, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. But that's very different, you know. Tourists have an agenda, a schedule that is very temporary. They want to get the most out of their time in the country. They want to see some really famous sites, right? They want to go do the touristy stuff. Very different than someone who's wanting to live here, right? People who actually want to make a second home in a foreign country are concerned Number one, for their safety. How safe is the country? And that really comes back to the people, right? Are the people prone to violence? Are they, you know, confrontational people? Is it an aggressive society? For example, let's just throw out India, okay? Say you go to India, and I have some good friends that have traveled to India. I know what these guys want. Okay, you want a snack? Huh? Sit, sit, sit. Blackie, sit. That is not sit. Sit. What's wrong? Sit. Good girl. So India is known as a very, very aggressive society, okay? So if you travel to India and you want to take a train or a bus, or, you know, at the airport or whatever, taxis, tuk-tuks, it's very, very aggressive. I mean, it's, you know, shoving elbows, and seems like kind of very rude. Now, I don't think Indian people are rude per se, but it's an aggressive society. So you got to get in there and realize that's where you're at. And, you know, you got to be aggressive yourself, or you're going to be at the back of the line at the bus station, right? I mean, you got to play the game of where you're at. Thailand is completely opposite of that kind of a society. Thailand is very chilled out and non-aggressive. So again, that comes back to the people. Okay, nobody can create a chilled out Thailand or an aggressive India. You know, I mean, nobody can just create that. It's not a government, you know, issued program. Hey, we're going to be like this. No, it's the nature of the people, their culture, their ways. Are they confrontational? Are they laid back? What are they? Okay, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that Thai people are probably the most laid back people I've ever experienced. Okay, and again, there's good and bad people everywhere. We all know that, right? But when you're talking general overall, what is my experience going to be like if I want to live here in the Kingdom of Thailand? So all of the other reasons that, you know, I could basically write a book about things that I love about the country, all of those things are basically kind of formalities, right? Because the number one thing is you want to feel welcomed. You want to feel respected, right? So that is going to be solely based on the people in the country, the majority of the people. How are they? Is it aggressive? Is it non-aggressive? Are they welcoming? Are they friendly, right? All of those things are what's going to determine your final decision on what country you want to live in, whether it's Thailand or any other country. That's going to be the number one factor, your safety and the people, right? Other than that, you know, you're going to look at quality of life, cost of living, infrastructure. Is it a third world country? You know, is it really poor? Do you smell sewers when you walk down the street? Those kind of things. So those are things that you can decide on, you know, based on a certain area that you want to live and all that, right? No two areas are the same. But I can tell you from my experience in communicating with a lot of people that have traveled all over Asia, Thailand is the jewel of all Asia, okay? If you go to Myanmar, yeah, you're going to be walking down the street on the sidewalk that covers the sewer drainage. You're going to be smelling the sewer while you're walking on the sidewalk. Thailand doesn't have that, okay? Thailand has a very modern infrastructure. It is not third world or a developing country. It is a developed modern country. Now the economy is still growing here in Thailand by about 4 to 6%, I think, somewhere in there. So when you're traveling around Thailand like I do, because I have a truck now. For the first few years, I didn't have anything but one of those motorbikes. But now that I've had a truck for a year and I've really traveled, hey, settle down. Jake, it's okay, huh? They don't want to mess with you. Hey, settle down. So basically, and I've driven a lot around the country. Slow down. Wake up call. Chill out. I've seen so much growth. I mean, you see new highway systems going in everywhere, new bridges, new high-speed rail. There's just a lot of modern development here. So it's very, very different than most Asian countries. I mean, the Philippines, for example, their infrastructure is not even close to the Kingdom of Thailand. Their safety is not even close to the Kingdom of Thailand. Their culture is very, very different, right? Even though it's Asian, Philippines were colonized by the Portuguese, right? Way, 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 way back. So they were colonized. That changed. That's a big stamp on their timeline, right? Thailand has never been colonized, so it is uniquely Thai and remains uniquely Thai. So comparing it to, say, the Philippines, which is an option that a lot of Western expats choose to, because there is more English there, right? Obviously, because after the Portuguese, you had the British that colonized the Philippines, right? So, but the culture, I mean, Filipino people are 94% Roman Catholic, okay? Well, there's no way you can compare a Roman Catholic culture, a long history of Roman Catholicism, to a Buddhist country. I mean, you can't even, there's so many differences between those two countries. You know, I'm not ragging on either religion or anything. I'm just saying, you know, if Thailand was a Roman Catholic country, it would not be the Thailand that I know, okay? And so Philippines is very, 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 very different from Thailand, as is Myanmar, as is Indonesia, as is Malaysia, Laos.